I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Family values, right and wrong. How do you act in public? You know, my whole life, it's been kind of a thing that the people we elected were supposed to be better than we are, smarter, more diplomatic, and they worked for us. Or at least they did their freaky stuff in a tunnel under the White House.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Thanks, JFK. Look, they used our taxes for important things like roads and bridges and social programs, you know, government. And in fact, when they did do something corrupt, evil, embarrassing, stupid, violent, or they lied, they resigned. They left. Not anymore. We in America become a political reality television clown show where the bigger douchebag you are, the more douchebags will vote for you. This is Lauren Boebert, a 5'1" firecracker of dumbass. She's 36. She has 4 kids and is a grandma because her 15-year-old son got his girlfriend pregnant. You know, family values. We've covered this abomination to democracy before. However, this week was frankly next level amazing. Boebert has said she's all about integrity, that she's anti-abortion and pro-family values, and she loves Broadway plays. This is video of her in the audience in Colorado at a road company performance of Beetlejuice with a date because, you know, she's getting a divorce. Family values! She's vaping in the theater, smoking during the show, and when a pregnant woman behind her asks her to stop, she allegedly says, "Suck it, fatty!" Allegedly. Family values. Then while she is spaz dancing during the play, the man she is on a first date with grabs her teat and gives her a breast massage. And she allows it. Family values. In fact, at one point, she decides to reciprocate with a crotch massage for her beau. You know, like the old days when your grandma was courting grandpa. Because, you know, family values. At one point, she was asked to leave. And she told him to suck it, fatty. Allegedly again. Then said, "Do you know who I am?" Which confused the man because he thought, obviously, she was a hooker. Because her hand was gripping her date's crank. Family values. You know, reporters asked her why she did this. She said she didn't. That she wasn't vaping. She lied because, you know, it's what Jesus would do. Family values.
The church is supposed to direct the government, and I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk.
Lauren Boebert is a grifter, a con, and it's obvious. And honestly, I don't blame her. She's a loser high school dropout who's gone bankrupt and is divorcing a husband who was jailed for showing his penis to minors. She is low rent, low character, with her middle finger up high, and she's now in Congress. She is who she is, so you can't blame her. I blame you, who continue to vote for Boebert and hypocrites like her, who in the face of knowing who they are, what scumbags they are, and what they do, you still put these bad examples of humanity in positions of power. They value nothing except their own power. And they may value your vote, but as records show, they don't value your family. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Man, she was stroking the dude's yoke while he was on the road. Just like, I don't even, and he, what was he doing? Like, what's the deal? He's playing. And he's like, man, I need some Jimmy right now. Yeah. You know, this is Michael Jesus is high. Everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. Oh my God, we're back again. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
You know, with this podcast, I mean, everybody, does anybody else have a podcast, or are we the only ones?
I think we're the only ones.
Yeah, we're the only ones. No one else seems to have a podcast, right? Okay.
We have a podcast.
It's not everybody in the world everybody has a podcast. The dogs have a podcast now. Our dogs, don't they? They started a podcast.
Yes, it's called Howlin' with Highlander. You didn't know that?
Actually, that's not a bad idea, though. Right?
I'm distracted by the air conditioner that is running. What is going on?
Yeah.
What are you running on that?
Why do you have a turbofan jet motor on your computer?
I don't know.
It's like whoosh.
I brought this one because the other one was being weird. So now this one's...
That's the old kerosene powered one, I guess.
It's hot.
It can't breathe.
I think it needs a new points.
Yeah, it can't breathe. That's its problem there. Are you guys happy now? There.
No, well, he's going to be editing.
Yes, I need to filter that out.
But it's all right. What, I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird.
What'd you say?
I can't hear you over the thing.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
You think you're picking that up in the thing? All right. Doesn't matter. We'll cut all this out. All right. So Lauren Boebert. So Lauren Boebert. By the way, whenever I just suck, I'm just there. You go. Cut that out. He's going to see all these spikes. There.
Except I think you should leave all
No,
of
don't
this
leave it
in.
in. Do not.
We're just going to keep
We're cutting this out right. All right, starting from here. Lauren Boebert. You say it 3 times fast.
Lauren Boebert, Lauren Boebert, Lauren Boebert.
Ah, God.
A demon pops up when you do that. Don't say that.
Yeah, that's right. Candyman. Ah!
Skimpy dress.
Beetlejuice 3 times. So ironically, that's the play she was watching. I find it hard. We have a lot to talk about in the news, especially the country. The country's on fire. It's coming apart. I can see a future where we're living in an authoritarian hellscape. But this is crazy. So you've seen the video. Highlander put it up. This girl goes to a play in Colorado with her new boyfriend. No, first date. It's a first date. It's a first date.
That was the first
That was
date?
a first date? No.
First date. Yes,
that was a pretty randy first date.
First date. And then she found out the guy owns a bar. It's a gay-friendly bar that actually hosts drag shows.
Get out of town.
Family
Come
values.
on.
But isn't it funny how they always show up and show exactly who they are after saying they absolutely 100% aren't those people? So she actually is in the theater with this guy. She's vaping in the theater, which I don't like. I mean, it's not a fucking nightclub like I work on, on a
even
Tuesday.
there
You can't just vape. So she's vaping. A pregnant lady gets up behind her and goes, "Hey, ma'am, can you stop?" And she's like, "Fuck off, fatty." And so basically, well, allegedly.
Did she? Okay. I was going to say.
I know. So I believed
nobody was
it.
surprised.
I was like,
We're just
no.
like, yeah, that's what she said.
So then, and then the guy starts giving her a breast massage.
Yes, he did.
And then she
which
reaches
she encouraged.
down, and she was like smiling. She actually put it out further. Then she put her hand on his crotch, both hands at one point.
Juicing his beetle.
She was definitely, Jesus Christ, did you just say that out loud? Okay.
Are you surprised at this point?
No, and then she says, so she gets kicked out. They kick her out. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's also dancing. It's so funny to watch the video because she's in the seat dancing.
But to be clear, it's a Broadway musical. It's a very nice theater.
Yes.
Its families are
classy,
there.
Yeah.
This is not on Pornhub.
Right.
No. Oh, we should have said that.
Yeah. Or OnlyFans.
Did you not realize that? Have you been searching for this?
So she's dancing, and then at one point she's taking pictures of herself
with
in the
theater. Flash on.
With the flash on. You can see it flashing up in the theater. I'd have been like, you've seen me in a movie theater.
Mind, yes.
And then so then they come over and they ask her to stop. She tells them, "Do you know who I am?" They're like, "We don't give a shit. Get up. You're out." So when they kick her out, her and her boyfriend flip the people off on the way out.
The theater workers.
Yes,
who are just doing their jobs.
And I have this thing where Lauren Boebert is not the problem. She's a symptom of the problem. We've come to a place where we accept so much shitty behavior. And everybody expects you to accept their shitty behavior because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
No, you fucking can't. And so I think we need to start having slapping should be illegal. Yeah, I think you should be able to legally just slap people.
Well, you were allowed to legally slap women for
backhand
always from the beginning of time. It's just recently
I think it's still legal,
that's
actually.
Frowned upon. No. No.
Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia it is. Saudi Arabia.
So she initially made the first statement and said that she was not vaping.
I was not. She was incensed. I was not vaping.
It was a lie.
Total lie.
I don't vape. And then the theater just released the footage and didn't even put her name on it or say it, but it's so clearly her. And then when she walks out, her flipping off, the congresswoman flipping off the theater staff. They also said that as she was being confronted because she didn't go quietly, she said, "Do you know who I am?" multiple times, and I will be contacting the mayor.
She's like ultra Karen. That's ultra. She's ultra. That's ultra Karen. That's crazy.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Security cameras.
Give a Karen some power.
She refused to leave the venue. A theater employee said. One of the employees then said, "We've called the police." Then they left. After the police had started to head that way, she left before they got there.
Why didn't she just call the mayor?
She probably realized the optics of people taking photos of the police showing up to talk to her.
There's no way they have cameras on her, right? There's no way they got cameras in the theater. I think we've all going to change our behavior in the theater now.
Yeah.
She what do you do? Nothing? Why are you being so weird? I'm not being weird.
You are such you are so militant in a movie theater, even with me, that about any light coming from my phone.
You're crunching too loud.
He is hair trigger in a movie theater. I don't know what it was
Not
from.
hair trigger. Okay, I'm in show business. I think people don't understand what it takes to make a movie, especially a good movie. Like, so that writer spent 2 or 3 years getting the script right. Then he took notes and he got his ass handed to him by a bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about. And he changed the script. Then he made it work better. Then a director got involved. That guy spent a year doing every picture, like doing layouts, to get, basically storybook the whole movie. Then they had to hire the crew. Then they had to hire the actors. The actors studied, for months to get the words right. Then it took them a year to film it, a year to edit it, and they put it up there. And some asshole thinks he can just turn his phone on and go, "Hey man, we're in the movies. Yeah, I'm FaceTiming you. Yeah, dude, I'm in the movie. There's a lot of people in there." And I don't have any issue with that. I'm going, "Hey, turn off your fucking phone."
Yes, he does do that.
Like, I start there.
Yeah.
Turn off your fucking, what are you fucking born in a zoo? What the fuck is wrong with you? Turn off your fucking phone. And people are like, I don't go, please. I go, turn off your phone. There is a level of rules in society that we need to start following. And we don't. And again, I will say it again. If you're at the green light and you're the front car, you have a sacred duty to watch the light. Do not talk to the person next to you. Do not look at your phone. When that light turns green, you go. That's what you do.
And pretty sure there's cameras everywhere now.
Yes.
Speaking of triggers.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because that's what I'm saying. Slapping should be legal now, because then if it was called into question, we let's go to the camera.
Exhibit S.
Phone was on in the movie. Yes. You popped him in the back of the head. Totally 100% legal. You're
Justified.
within your rights. You're within the window of slapping that douche. We call it the slapping that douche law. And you basically get to slap that douche.
Slapping a douche, man.
I'm slapping a douche.
That is city zoning code for 411.
Yeah, exactly. You go to Costco and someone turns their cart sideways in the 10-foot aisle and you still can't get past. And then they do this.
Yes.
You do have a thing about carts in Costco too. You're on a roll today. Did you also use the coffee maker?
I am. Today. Well, it knows
You slapped it?
It knew I was in a video. Yeah, slapping a douche. Keurig. So I'm just saying that, like, we have lost all ability to think of other people. We just don't do it anymore. No one thinks of anybody else but themselves. The guy at the stoplight, perfect example. He just screwed 3 people behind him by not going.
On his phone, probably.
Yeah, on his phone.
Yeah.
The person in Costco, it's like, hey, it's not, you don't need to turn your cart sideways and stop everybody so you can look up Cheerios. There's 2 flavors. And get fucking. So what I do, how do I run my cart in Costco? What do I do? Aisle to aisle.
Perfect. You do everything perfect.
No. What do I do though?
Stay to the right.
No.
And then when you get to the end, you park it on the end and then walk down the aisle.
Then I walk the aisle, grab the things I need. I walk up the next aisle. Then I grab the next one and I just slide it up. Yes, because yeah, you can mock us all you want, but we're not the one that's causing. You're wasting my time. You're causing. Why do all these people just think they can cause? You're a blockage. They're human blockages. You just block shit.
I gather other people's carts in the parking lot. Like, you, how dare you?
I hate when people don't put carts where they go. I always have to wheel them back.
But that's just common courtesy, right? But that's what I'm saying. We've lost common courtesy. And Boebert is a perfect example of it. Boebert is such an example of zero courtesy. Did you see a thing? They were walking down the hallway with her and they gave her, it was a gun. It was like one of the gun people from Parkland. They were passing out pins.
She threw it away.
And she's walking down the line. She goes, looks at it, toss it. The dude's here. Toss it in the garbage next to her.
Yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair to her, she was getting, somebody was behind her.
Some grabbing her boobs. Yeah, that's true. To be fair to her, she had her hand on someone else's crank, so she only had one hand.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because being the liberal, and people say we're out of control. There's another, just the amazing level of self-centeredness that we live in is far beyond anything I've experienced my entire life.
The projection from the people on the right, just every day it seems to reach a new level of low. Yeah. And then every week we go, here we go, another new level of holy shit. She did this, then flipped everybody off.
Oh no, she covered the trifecta.
She checked
the white
every box.
Trash. Yes, every form.
And then her excuse was, some people look. Everybody goes through a divorce their own way.
Oh, by jerking off a guy in a family musical?
Well, you have tension. There's tension.
Oh,
it's a stressful situation.
Didn't she say what was her response actually?
Well, first she denied all of it because she didn't realize that they had cameras on the audience in the theater.
Yeah, since the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. Then she has now come out and made a formal apology. She, after denying even the details of it, don't vape. Now she said that her actions were not meant to be malicious or cause harm, but the reality is they did.
Now, if AOC did this, first of all, I would.
By the way, AOC came out and did a thing. AOC came out on Instagram and was like, she goes, "I'm dancing to a song," and it was on social media for a year. Yep. Fuck, no one's covering her doing this. Yep. She did this whole thing like, look, I'm not saying you don't get to cover me. You don't have to.
So wait, after
I'm saying
denying,
at least be consistent.
Right. I forgot there was another thing. After denying it happened, denying she even vapes, she then posted on X or whatever it's called. "It's true. I did thoroughly enjoy the amazing Beetlejuice at the Buell Theater, and I plead guilty to laughing and singing too loud." That was what she said first, but also it's loudly, but okay. Now, in the new thing, she said in her statement that she has been going through a divorce and her behavior was unacceptable. Here's the quote. "I genuinely did not recall vaping that evening when I discussed the night's events with my campaign manager. We do understand the nature of how this looks."
Period.
That was it. Yeah.
What a bullshit statement.
Comma, whoever Esquire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, no, I'm sorry to the theater staff.
Really
shouldn't have done the old flipperooski on my way out.
You know what they would have understood? You know, honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but they would have understood this. We were high. I had some drinks. This divorce from my husband is making me crazy, and I was out of line. I was out of line, and I want you to know something. I was so out of it, I wasn't even aware of my behavior. I'm really sorry.
To the woman behind me?
I'm really sorry.
I can't believe I was that irresponsible when you're pregnant.
Honestly, I'm an asshole, and I'm really sorry.
To the theater staff.
And then she could have covered everybody's ticket and did some kind of
anything. Yeah, right. Anything. Yeah, guys. But you know, we've all had a little too much to drink, and I had too much to drink, and it was irresponsible of me. I wasn't in Congress at the time. I was on my night off, but it was still way out of control.
But I understand when I'm out, I always represent my district.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go. You know, but own it. That's the thing is that's nothing.
I failed you, and I hope that you'll give me a second chance.
Yes. So not only do people are totally irresponsible, rude, ridiculous, self-centered, obnoxious, then they don't have the balls to just say, "God, I was sorry, I was rude, self-centered, and obnoxious." They're like, "Well, you know, I've been going through the error was I had a thing that I had a reaction to medication." I've heard that one too.
Oh yeah,
I had a reaction to cough syrup. I'm sorry.
Now,
what?
You see, if they had that in them, they wouldn't be kind of behaving this way in the first place.
They would never be the people that we would look
at. It's not that kind of person.
That's true.
It's a person that just on the way out is just tearing it down like Trump.
Well, so Eric Swalwell today, they grilled. I don't know whether they've started. It was today. Was I looking at the Biden thing? They're going to they're doing an impeachment inquiry.
Fucking keep track.
Was that what I was looking at today when they were going after Merrick Garland? They were going after Merrick Garland hard today. And this poor son of a bitch. This guy was just a real calm, mild-mannered judge who was really solid on the law. And they're screaming at him, Jim Jordan. And Jim Jordan's like, Jim Jordan was bitching about people not showing up for subpoenas. And Swalwell.
They were there. He just couldn't see them.
430 days since they subpoenaed Jim Jordan, and he refused to show up for a congressional subpoena.
Oh.
Swalwell called him out.
Good.
So he goes, "Are you kidding? Are you kidding? This is unbelievable. Are you literally saying?" And he has a clock in front of him that's counting down how many days and with the time.
That's awesome.
There's a digital clock in front of him. He goes, "This is how many days you were subpoenaed 423 days ago, and you haven't shown up and refused to show up. You have the balls? Are you kidding me?"
But did he have a response to that?
No, Jordan was dead quiet. But I think they've learned that that's the way to do it. I wish.
Yeah, not say anything.
You know, there's a, and I said this at the beginning of the Armageddon update. There was a point I remember when, even if it was it was fake humble, it was fake responsibility, it was fake integrity. People had the balls to go, "I'm going to resign. I'm going to resign. My behavior has been heinous. And I'm going to resign."
Clinton had the decency to lie, to just lie calmly to our face, and that's fine.
Someone point that too. Someone said that, like, they took that dude for like through a trial because of a blowjob. Okay.
Yeah.
A consensual blowjob. Then Trump, they're bitching that Trump has to go to jail for an insurrection we watched on TV. I didn't see video of the blowjob, but I definitely saw Trump sending people to the Capitol to burn it down and kill Mike Pence.
Yep.
So, and yet I just don't.
That's the thing. We're always left going, but how can you say?
So what's the?
But you're not.
What's the different way to approach it? Because we
Jared and Ivanka, Hunter Biden, but we had a conversation with some great friends of ours last night. Yes. In answer to your question, that was an initial hearing. They had Merrick Garland in front of the House Judiciary Committee, which is led by Jim Jordan.
Tiny.
I
call him Tiny.
Loosely. And they are asking him questions about the DOJ's investigation into Hunter Biden.
And Swalwell pointed out, by the way, who appointed the person that was investigating Hunter Biden? He goes, Donald Trump. He goes, He goes, and by the way, so what did you do with that person when Biden came in? He goes, I made him special counsel and let him only work on that case. So the guy that was appointed by Donald Trump, and then he brings up another name. Who was that guy appointed by? Donald Trump. And he goes, did you take him off the case? No, he's on the case still. So you've got like the one thing Biden did that I find kind of brilliant is he didn't just clean house. And we know that Trump hired some shady dudes. Yeah. He didn't just clean house. He's like, all right, you can keep your job. He goes, you're on this now. Let's make it up and up. Mm-hmm. The one thing that people keep saying about Joe Biden is how old he is. And I went and watched his speech at the UN. He's old, but he's on top of his game. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll say this again. Rupert Murdoch is 92 years old. Rupert Murdoch is 92. He's the 31 richest man in the world and runs a major, huge worldwide conglomerate. Warren Buffett is 93. Warren Buffett is the 5th richest man on the planet. Clint Eastwood is currently directing a movie right now at 93.
I was wondering how Clint Eastwood was doing. And I wondered if he was dying.
He's doing his last movie, they think. Here's what I'll say about that. I don't give a shit if you're 170. If you got your shit together, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I know people in their 40s that like, what did you just say? Yeah. You know, a meth addicted 40-year-old, I will take Joe Biden over that anyway. That's really, guys, not the best. I guess that's not the best selling point. That's really not the best commercial. Hey, he's not Joe Biden campaign. 2024. Yeah. He's not a 40-year-old meth addict. and then you show Don Jr. But I'm just saying that my point is that you can be. They were showing Biden today stretching. He's 80 and he's getting ready to go on a bike ride. I'd like to see Trump go on a bike ride.
Oh, he can't. I bet he never learned how to ride a bike.
How do you
just golf carts everywhere?
Yeah, but how do you have that many golf carts and are such a shitty golfer? He's a shitty golfer.
According to him, he's not.
There's video. It looks great. People look up Donald Trump. No.
Oh, he recently put out this super Kim Jong-un style. You know, he does amazing things. He can levitate. He can fucking,
it's
turn
never
water
him.
into wine.
Show real pictures and video of yourself. If you're so badass, all of them, they thin him out. Yep. They add color. They take away bad color. They put muscles. Rockies, yes. Speaking of muscles and working out, this episode brought to you by
FitBod.
All right, let's go, muscles. First of all, let's mention that these shirts we got from these awesome people last weekend.
We're at the Beetlejuice play.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then she goes like this.
Yeah.
And then she goes, flirt.
Yep. With 2 hands.
So this is from his new show, Carrying Monsters.
So we were in Columbus, and some just very great people, fans of ours came up, and they're wearing these, and the guy keeps kind of doing this. I'm like, all right, dude, I go and I read it, and it says Sadly's, which is a bit from the new show. Yeah. And a great place to hang. And I'm not going to tell you the whole bit, and I started laughing really hard because we were thinking of doing shirts for Sadly's. They're really cool. Mm-hmm. And they did these like restaurant type shirts for this bit I'm doing, and you have one at the house. Yep. And I just wanted to wear it today and say thank you. It's always amazing when you write something and people they basically talk about it whenever they're having a bad day. Someone goes, we got to go to Sadly's. Like they said that it's become a thing.
And that shirt shows off those guns.
Yeah. Well, that has changed. Things have changed.
Look at that. Pulled the shirt up. Let's see.
Boom.
Things have changed because of FitBod.
Oh, FitBod.
Look at that.
Oh, FitBod. You got.
Hello, thank you, Fitbod. My wife. Does your wife like you again? Because you're using Fitbod.
I did it yesterday.
I did last 2 days. I have to do it 4 to 5 times a week. Guys, the great thing about it is, I have to say, I was doing it yesterday and I was thinking, first of all, because it's got AI, it never lets me slide. It never lets me.
Why?
Because
AI is brutal.
Well, because it knows what I did. So it's like, all right, you did that. You did 5 sets of that exercise at this weight. We're going to give you 5 more pounds of weight to deal with.
So it builds on what it knows. It keeps track of what you've done.
It'll also switch it up though. Sometimes it'll say I got to set of 12 curls and then and at a certain weight, and then it'll up the weight and give me, I only do 5, but but it's like to build mass. Right. And so it's probably I've paid trainers. I've worked out my whole life. I have not had a body change like this, and until I started using Fitbod. I mean, it started November.
Why do you find this to be something that makes you come back? I'm curious what the difference is.
So you're in the gym, right? You ever just go to the gym and you don't know what you're going to do and you didn't have a plan? You're like, okay, I guess I'll work on chest. In
the early days. Yeah.
But even now you like this here's what I like about it. I'm tired every time I finish with Fitbod. I don't do 3 sets and I'm done. I'm not doing 3 sets and I'm done. It usually gives me the way I have my mind set up. You can set it any way you want for mass, size, whatever, you want mass.
You can put in your own goal.
Size, yes. You want to get shredded, that's fine. I have to be better about my food though. I need food bod. That's what I need next. I need to get food bod because I'm horrible about my food. But I will say this, and then it gives me 10 exercises usually. And it gives me it'll give me 3 sets of 3 and then 1, or it'll give me 2 sets of 3 and then 2 to finish up. And I got to tell you, I feel like I accomplished something every time. Mm-hmm. I get through it. It times it. It's just
so you don't have to think of it.
Well, you put it in. You go, I want to work out for 30 minutes.
You have a trainer, but you don't have to hang out with a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make small talk. No small talk.
I love that.
I turn on the music and I'm good. And
you crank the music.
It's the best. It is. I've added. My body fat percentage went from 24% or 23.8 to I was at 19.8 last week.
Real, both are. Yeah, that's really great.
Since November, so it's 4% body fat.
That's amazing.
I'm still fat, but I'm not.
So Fitbod studies your past workouts and then adapts as well to your available gym equipment, because you can put that in and you might have nothing but
the bodyweight workouts.
Space.
Okay, where were we staying in Columbus? I told you, I plug in. I didn't want to go to the crappy gym. So the hotel was saying it had a really crappy gym, and just rusty dumbbells and stuff. And I was like, I was fine. The hotel was nice enough, but sometimes they just don't maintain.
Care about the gym,
it's sometimes the nicer the hotel, the weirder the gym, because rich people don't go to the gym. So I did a workout. We had like 2 hours for time, and I knew I had an hour. I did a bodyweight workout and it killed me.
You said this is harder.
I go, this is harder than the weights. Burpees. Burpees are invented by Satan.
Also, if you're new to it, it has over 1,000 exercise demonstration videos, so you can learn as you go. Never been easier to get the results you have always wanted. Check out Fitbod. Get 25% off of your subscription at fitbod.me/Titus. That's fitbod.me/Titus. 25% off. And so you end up getting the year for
it also tracks
$60. It's every day you can use it. That's
gives you a
crazy.
calendar. You can look at the month, how many times you worked out that month. You can, and that's what surprised me. I thought I worked out a lot more than I did.
It takes so much off your plate.
And the calendar was like, nah, bro, you need to crank it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I by the way, I don't even feel like we're doing an ad because I use it all the time. I'm just talking about what I do.
I know.
The Titus Fitness Podcast.
That would probably make people a lot happier, actually.
Well, sometimes.
We have, it looks like the government's going to shut down again because the Republicans, again, are doing exactly what they always do. And again,
that's their only policy. That's the only thing.
Very clear. There are some Democrats that I can't stand.
Sure.
Some far left, over the top, pronoun sucking. I just want to go, guys, just fucking get back to legislation and stop talking about this. There was a big thing today. They went after, so a Democrat went after Merrick Garland today because of prisons and stuff. And I was like, guys, what do you do? We're not even talking about that.
Stay focused. I was just reading that they're calling it CNN's calling it a fiery House hearing and said that the Attorney General was unusually combative.
He's tired of it.
Yeah, I get it. Like, can I go work?
You have this,
like you guys don't.
Right? We've got an insurrection that just happened. We got an ex-president's indicted 4 times. We're doing something we've never done. Can you assholes get me out of here? Because like Hunter Biden had an unloaded gun for 11 days and got turned in by his girlfriend because she was afraid he might hurt himself. They have never charged anybody for this.
Yeah.
So Jim Jordan opened the hearing because we put that idiot in charge of anything. And that's what I tell him all the time. You look at who's actually running our country now. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan. These people are holding up our Tommy Tuberville, whatever his name is.
Who's basically screwing our military so bad.
And now they're going to shut down the government. These are the people that McCarthy has put power into their hands, and they are going to screw the government. It's like, I can't even fathom this. But Jim Jordan did an opening speech today and falsely claimed that a bunch of sites are doing fact checks, said in his opening statement today that Trump did everything the Justice Department had asked him to do prior to the Mar-a-Lago search.
You mean what about the documents?
No, he said, among other acts of compliance, Trump immediately turned over 38 documents he discovered prior to the search. Then he also complied with DOJ's request to further secure the storage room where the documents were being stored. Quote, everything they asked him to do, he did. And then what did the DOJ do? They raid President Trump's home.
I'm sorry.
We have
2 witnesses that basically said, when the DOJ asked for the documents like the 4th time, he said, all right, go hide these.
Not only that, we have texts between Nalda and the other employees saying, move these boxes, get them into the private residence.
So they can't find them.
Yes.
Since when does this fucking guy comply with anything?
And then we also have Evan Corcoran, his own attorney's handwritten notes and audio recordings discussing how Trump wouldn't turn over the documents and was being very difficult with him when he was trying to get him to comply. But do you see how they just say whatever?
He's got 47 prior businesses that went under for fucking fraud.
I'm going to let you. He can't have a charity.
He can't have a fucking charity.
He can't have a charity. Like he can't. You can't help people anymore. You can't. Shut up. You can't help
dying children.
Yeah. You can't help people anymore. That's what an asshole you are. We don't even want you to attempt to help people. Wow. So here's my problem with all of this is that I still think, and I watched it again, that clip, I still have this theory because I don't understand. They know Trump's going to lose. They know he's going to lose.
I don't know.
He's leading in the polls. He's
leading
in the polls.
No, he's not. Every poll in the last 4 elections have been off wrong.
Great.
It's not true.
Okay.
It's not true. They said that the Republicans were going to take the midterms by 25 seats. They got their ass handed to them. So the polls are being
Fingers
paid
crossed.
for. No, the polls are actually being paid for by PACs. So what's happening is these right or left wing PACs are spending this money.
So it's like an ad. It's just an ad.
Yes.
Okay.
It's bullshit. They figured out. And then the news keeps amplifying them.
Yeah,
that's
the problem.
And
the news.
By the way, who did you poll? What area did you poll? How many people did you call? We assume nationwide. Well, no. Okay, that would be 330 million people. It's not a nationwide poll, guys. How poll works? They call 1,000 people randomly, right? 1,000 people. Now we don't know if the computer's setting it up or what area. Maybe they're calling a bright red state. Maybe they're calling and making 1,000 phone calls in Alabama.
Yeah,
They don't say that, and then they go, "Well, we're finding in this poll, and that poll, this poll." They name the poll, but they don't tell you where the poll is taken.
I need 11,000.
Yeah,
780 votes.
80.
It's a poll.
A long pause.
Votes.
He gumped that sentence hard. He totally gumped that sentence.
He eats a lot, and I'm hungry too. This episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh. Holy shite is all I have to say.
Wow.
What kind of sorcery to create these meals? Here's the thing. It's a meal delivery service, but you cook it. They separate each recipe in its own bag. You open it up. That's all you need. The other stuff goes in the fridge. sometimes, like those lettuce wrap burgers that were insane, were forced. Sometimes it's 4 steps. It took me, I would say, 10 minutes total.
Right.
And it was one of the best things I would say that we've had at home.
And sometimes they're more complicated, but I would tell you, it's the best restaurant food you ever. I'm always stunned.
Is it?
I say it's so good you look at it, take a bite, and you go. like that should not have come from this little thing.
You get a variety. Speaking of like with Fitbod, where you're like tired of thinking what you have to do today, this gives you a variety. You try things you would not normally try.
It's all good.
You learn to cook things you never knew how to cook before, which you then use in cooking for other things. Even those lettuce wrap burgers, we thought, oh, we could do this with like other things. And the crispy onions, who thought about putting that on there? That would be awesome. You can go online every week, pick your recipes, pick how many people, how many times a week you want HelloFresh meals, or change it. You can add extra ones. That's my problem when I go and look at the website because it's full color of a bunch of food. Don't do it hungry.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, I'm going to add this. I can have 17 meals this week.
Yeah. Eat a hoagie before you actually go on the website. So you just are like, I'll get that. Even stuff that I wouldn't pick ever. Like, there's stuff like, it's like, if you should, I don't want that. And then I come home and you've cooked it and it's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's always amazing. And that's why I said it's sorcery, because we have yet to have one that wasn't shockingly good. So all you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com/50Titus and use promo code 50Titus for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. HelloFresh.com/50Titus. Use code 50Titus, 50% off and an additional 15% off in the next 2 months.
How much are cooking classes?
America's #1 meal kit.
It kind of is
a lot.
That's right. It's so get that and you get the food.
It is kind of cooking classes because when I cooked it, she was across the country. Remember I made and I took pictures of it?
Yes.
It kind of looked like
looked
like it.
No, I actually was shocked. I thought it really looked like the picture because you sent the picture and the It is amazing, and you don't have to plan a meal. You don't have to then make the list for all the ingredients that you need. Go to the grocery store, then forget 2 ingredients. Call your husband, ask him to pick those up on his way home. It's like, it just, especially at fall time when kids are back in school, you're working. You don't have to, it's just so amazing.
It doesn't really have to look like the picture, because if you're like me and you know it's so good, you just pile that shit. You're like, I don't care.
They've also added now over 100 add-on items, so you can get, and it's seasonal. Last year they had those pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I'm just saying, go check out their website, HelloFresh.
Did you give them how to do it? How to get it?
I did.
All right.
Multiple times.
What's the fix here, or are we just on our way to authoritarianism to the point where we are just? There was a guy that's running for governor in Missouri.
Yeah. The guy that decided not to? The
flamethrower. No. The guy that was actually burning books with a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I will burn any of these woke, you're not teaching my kids. And I was thinking about this on the way over. Hey, parents, if you want a book taken out of school, you're a shitty parent. Because what you do is when the kid comes home, you go, you're not reading that book. I'm your parent. But you don't put your fucking ideas on my kids. If my kids, I want my kids to read everything they can get their hands on. You know why? Because then as a parent, I sit down with them and we talk about it. And that's what parenting is. But if you think you have the right to pull something out of a public library, who the fuck do you think you are? You make a decision for your kid. What you're showing me is you're a shitty parent because you can't handle your child. So you want to just take it out for everybody's child. Well, you don't have that right. So shut up. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's my campaign.
So shut up.
That's my campaign. Christopher Titus. Hey, I'm doing this. So shut up. It just makes me mad that these people, these dumb, uneducated fucks, think they have the right to actually make a decision for my family. You're making a decision. Someone has the balls to take history out of schools. What?
And we say it all the time, but from the people who are screaming about freedom of speech.
But that's the other.
Bullshit.
There's another example of it. fascism. That's their new thing. We're headed towards a communist country.
And then you ask them to define it. They go, well, you know.
But you guys are banning certain classes. You're banning books.
Women's reproductive rights.
History.
Yeah, you're
taking rights away.
Right. Yeah. What?
Yeah, which is the definition of fascism.
But they are the party of sound bites. You're right. They don't know what fascism means.
They couldn't define communism either.
Or
socialism.
Socialism. God, that was the hot button word for that last year.
Well, you know what shut them up? Is and I started talking. I go, okay. I go, do you drive? Did you drive? Right. Did you drive to here and on the freeway? Hell yeah, I did. Well, that's a social program. No, it ain't. It's a freeway. No, your tax dollars, everybody's tax dollars paid for that. You pay for it.
And the police.
Yeah. Oh, the police. By the way, fire department.
Don't defund the police. Right? Police department. That's socialist.
There's the other thing. They back the blue, but defund the FBI.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, but you
said you backed the blue.
Oh wait, so just organizations that have raided the criminal ex-president's home because a Republican magistrate signed off on a search warrant because he refused to turn over top secret nuclear documents. Okay, so we should defund them. And his
son-in-law got $2 billion from one of our enemies. Okay.
And he was apparently just writing like little jotting down notes, to-do lists.
Did you see that to-do list?
That was fun.
Nuclear documents
on the back of he's like, by the way, give me this thing about the aliens.
Pick up my kidney heels on Thursday, please.
My kidney heels have been polished. Please pick them up.
Bleach my girdles.
Get my hair dye on Friday.
But here's and you brought this up, Ray, this week, and it started to really weigh on me because I realized what the media is doing, and I'm going to call everybody out from to Stephanie Rule, Katie Fang, everybody, even on the left. You guys, you say little things, but you're making this man equal to Biden. This guy tried to overthrow our country. He tried to end democracy. If you're going to bring up President Trump, ex-President Trump, do me a favor, introduce him like he is.
Yeah.
You know, and do the same for Biden. Introduce Trump as, by the way, the man who planned the insurrection, the man who did the one thing that no one has done in 250 years, the man who's got 4 indictments currently, the man who basically said he wanted to sleep with his daughter, who's been twice impeached. Ladies and gentlemen,
not even
please
into that,
welcome.
like the daughter stuff, but
still creepy.
His qualifications to run for president again.
Who actually said there was
4
no pandemic.
4 times indicted, twice impeached, 6 times bankrupt.
Yep. Yes. 1 million people died. 1 million people died on his watch. Treasonous insurrection. Donald Trump.
But they're not. They've normalized him.
He's a leader. He's a Republican leader.
They just did a meet the press or whatever that was with him. A whole long sit down interview with him.
Well, all they're doing is making him legitimate, and he's not. We saw how illegitimate he actually is. Again, the man can't have a charity. He sucks so bad they won't let him help people.
And you can't.
That just makes me laugh.
And on the other side, you could list all of the things that Biden has got done.
And please,
it's like nothing.
Please welcome a guy who's actually brought 12 million jobs back, who basically, we currently have the lowest inflation of any industrialized nation. Currently, by the way, our gas prices are dropping. Oh, today the Fed said they're going to freeze interest rates right there, and they're not going to raise them again. And there's one after the other. The CHIPS Act, infrastructure. There's bridges. Traffic's fucked up because they're building shit again.
Yeah.
I just want to go.
Yeah, they're burying. The media is burying him.
Fuck are you people? It's what I said before. People's memories are so short. Just literally 2.5 years ago, we were standing in garages getting vaccinated because they were stacking bodies in refrigerated trucks. We couldn't get anything. The stores were empty. Empty.
And social media.
No, I'm mad. I'm angry because what's happening is, the longer we let that go on without calling it out, what ends up happening is all of a sudden we find ourselves in an election where this guy who tried to overthrow and fucking end democracy it's normal. They're normalizing the worst criminal act against democracy in the history of our country.
And they're constantly saying, "Oh, Trump's polling higher than Biden." Even,
and the left is doing it.
They're interviewing Trump. We're not having a lot of sit downs with Biden.
No.
What they are doing, they've had on 2 or 3 different editorialists who wrote opinion pieces about Biden being too old. And they're interviewing them. Yes. And James Carville said it. And so then they have people on to talk about it.
James Carville should not be able to call anybody old. James Carville is a
today's
skeleton.
One of those days. We just don't need to talk. We need to let you get this out.
But James Carville calling someone out for old is pretty funny, don't you think?
He's like 100. He's 100 Carville, whatever that is.
I apologize for interrupting you. I'm angry because if we don't call this out and these people in our media don't stop doing what they're doing, and they're making this guy legitimate. He should be introduced.
Currently, the media is getting him elected. That's
currently under 4 indictments. Currently, pretty much we saw him on TV. Pretty much the worst crime against democracy in American history. Please welcome President Trump. Instead, he goes, "Well, he's the front runner." Well, he tried.
And here's what he truthed today. And here's a clip of him at his rally on Friday. It's insanity. Yep. The media is controlling this election. This episode brought to you by OneSkin. He may be angry, but damn, his skin looks good.
That's James Carville's face.
Yeah, James Carville.
I love this product. I love this product, period. And I love it because it's women, PhDs that came together and actually went into a lab and tested this for several years until they finally found this OS1 peptide that is clinically, scientifically proven to target aged senescent cells. So instead of treating the symptoms, they're going inside and treating the source of the problems. And it would be these dead cells that
As a matter of fact, I went to work out on Sunday, and a dude at the workout was Tony goes, why does your face look like that? Because I got that little bottle of stuff. I've been using it.
Define that. What does that mean?
He made good. He said good. He goes, you look younger, you look healthy. I'm like, yeah, well, not so much. I'm drinking some red wine, but I've been using OneSkin.
So like I said, treating the symptoms rather than root causes of aging is what all these other companies have been doing forever. And you get like a temporary fix. That's what I love about this. They have an in-house R&D platform. And so they have actually been working in these different molecules in their lab. They found the OS1 peptide. They found that it reverses skin's biological age by reducing the number of senescent cells you have by up to 50%. And then they link that study. So go to their website. Also in a third-party 12-week clinical study, they found that OS1 Face was clinically proven to strengthen the skin barrier, improve skin health markers, and diminish visible signs of aging. Also, wrinkles diminished in 87% of the users reporting.
Can confirm.
It's great. And the other thing I love about it is it doesn't stink. It doesn't smell like anything. It's just very clean. Yeah, My skin is so sensitive to perfumes and dyes and stuff like that.
And they didn't squeeze a lemon into Cetaphil. They actually researched this and did some scientific. They like, lemon scent. There you go.
So, OneSkin believes that skincare is not just to improve how we look, but to optimize our skin biology so that it resists the aging process. That means OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company and addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin will behave, feel, and appear younger. It's time to get started with your new face. They also have body, also awesome. They also have eye, which you had on the counter today. You dab, and body routine at a discounted rate today. You can get 15% off any of those things with the code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code Titus. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin.
I wish we had different rules for our ads because we use this stuff. We talk about it. We give it. And the stuff they make you read sometimes, it makes it sound like an ad. This stuff works, people. I've been using it. I love it. And same with all the other
very
ads.
Very clean, instant hydration.
And then you have to read 2 paragraphs. It's like, guys,
they should remove the ad copy because we got this. Just tell them where to go.
Because people listening to us talk about it, and then they hear the ad and they're like,
tune out.
Some people care. The thing, I was already looking at OneSkin before we got this ad company, and it was because I went online and somehow got linked to their studies about senescent cells and stuff. So I was fascinated by it. I know some people aren't, but I was like, this is amazing. Carry on. Cassidy Hutchins released her book.
This is so gross.
She released her book.
So
she
gross.
claimed in this book that Rudy Giuliani groped her backstage at the rally on January 6th that preceded the insurrection.
You know, it was.
He was drunk already, and
That's pretty much Rudy Giuliani every
vaping.
day.
He was vaping.
Yeah,
wow.
He basically, you should read what she wrote because it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So basically, whatever was going on January 6th, they had all decided, Rudy was like Trump's right. They had decided they were taking the country over, basically. They thought what was going to happen was they were going to stop the certification of the election, that they knew that was going to happen. So he was drunk and going crazy. You should read what she wrote.
The fact that
she said, he's talking about voter fraud. The corners of his mouth split into a Cheshire cat smile, waving a stack of documents. He moves towards me like a wolf closing in on its prey. We have the evidence. It's all here. We're going to pull this off. This is her memoir. Rudy wraps one arm around my body, closing the space separating us. I feel his stack of documents press into the small of my back.
Those weren't documents. Those are documents.
Oh, God.
Damn you. Those documents you haven't seen me.
I lower my eyes and then watch his free hand reach for the hem of my blazer. By the way, he says, fingering the fabric, I'm loving this leather jacket on you. His hand slips under my blazer and then my skirt.
Read it slower.
I feel his frozen fingers trail up my thigh. He tilts his chin up. The whites of his eyes look jaundiced. They are. My eyes dart to John Eastman, who flashes a leering grin. I fight against the tension in my muscles and recoil from Rudy's grip. Filled with rage, I storm through the tent on yet another quest to find Mark.
Is Fabio on the cover of this book?
To say, like, you gotta admit, it's a little flowery.
This is kind of what we were just talking about. Just say it. He's a sleaze bag. He sexually assaulted
who writes
me.
Like that?
She wrote her memoir, so it's supposed to sound a little like a novel.
The Cheshire cat smile as he what?
As he ran his fingers covered in oil across my
his jaundiced eyes. He's leaned back like a wolf.
Giuliani
I'm just saying,
is also now being sued by she's 27, by his former attorneys for $1.38 million in unpaid legal fees.
Attorneys, they're behind 1.38, and they're suing him. He said he can't believe they're doing this to me, which is like, really, if you owed me 138, bro, I'm coming after you.
Mm-hmm. But that's their guy,
and they're coming apart. Someone else just flipped today too. Lynn Wood.
His attorney?
Yeah, he flipped today. It was announced that that the DOJ has announced that he is now he's now witness for them. So okay. Lynn Wood, which guy was Lynn Wood?
Lynn Wood was the white-haired guy that's from Georgia. He always wore the red hat with his suit, and he was always with Kellyanne
Conway.
Conway.
No, her husband was the president of the SEC. She went Kelly Loeffler.
Oh, it's cool to watch you have a stroke, though.
You guys did not help at all. You guys
Kelly Loeffler. I forgot about it. Yeah, wait. Oh yeah. Wait. Keep going.
I was trying to make up names.
So he's flipped, and he was.
Bonnie Willis has just listed Lynn Wood as a state witness.
Oh, shit.
He was very MAGA. You'll know him when I show him to you. The special grand jury's full report was released earlier this month. That's procedure in Georgia. It listed the names of a bunch of notable people recommended for indictment, but who weren't ultimately charged. We know some of those people.
Yeah, we're one step removed from one of those people.
We just got a pretty big clue about why one person was on that list but has not been indicted, and that's Lynn Wood. He was an attorney. He retired from law in the face of professional discipline. You know, everybody loses their livelihood and their houses and their freedom when they hang out with Trump.
Only the best.
He is now a witness for the state, according to a new filing from Bonnie Willis that came out today. Why did she reveal this today?
You said it. They need to keep letting this out so we don't have a big explosion. They can't hide it and then let everybody out and go, it
has to be dripped.
It has to drip out so people get used to the fact that this guy's a criminal. And they were talking about today, and this is what Jim Jordan, you said Jim Jordan, I want to get back to this, and I didn't get to say it. Look at these people who really get no benefit from Trump. They get no benefit from him, but they'll back him up 1,000%. And Trump, even the way he talks, is such a mob bossing. I guarantee you, we're going to find out, it's probably going to be long after he's dead, but we're going to find out that he had shit on everybody. And so people forget that Trump ran for president before he really ran. Remember the first time he ran and he got him, he said, we're going to take the fucking oil. He said that in a speech.
No, we're going to bomb the motherfuckers.
Yeah, something like that. He said it in a speech.
And everyone laughed.
Yeah.
And then he was humiliated and he went away. But he ran once before as a Democrat.
In the 90s, didn't he?
Yeah, there was like a...
So he ran and he didn't know. So I think that time they mocked him. They laughed him out of Washington. And I think he spent the next 4 years getting everything he could on everybody. There's no reason for Jim Jordan to back up Donald Trump unless Donald Trump
fervently as he
does. But everybody, Gates, everybody, what does Trump have on everybody? Because the guy's a buffoon. That's the word. He's an evil buffoon, and there is no reason why anybody. It's destroying the Republican Party. Mitt Romney quit.
Yeah, and that was some great.
Linwood says he didn't flip on Trump. Just saying.
Well, why did Fani Willis just announce they have to have paperwork? She can't announce that unless they have paperwork.
He said that's pure nonsense. I wouldn't have any knowledge to flip on him. He said he's been told he's going to be subpoenaed by the prosecution, but he's not sure what she's going to ask.
Wait, why would she? Wait. Fani Willis does not come out and say we've got a witness. She just doesn't do that unless they have
Trump. He could just say fake news.
But you have to sign it. You have to sign something for them to come out and say it.
Maybe he wants to not get
killed.
Did he post it on Truth Social?
Because that's what's going to happen. They're talking about that too. They were talking about how, guys, I don't even understand where we are in this country. So
we're on the downfall is what we're on.
Yeah, but just flip it though. Flip it. Okay. So Obama had basically tried to overthrow, become a third term, and it basically sent a mob to the Capitol to kill the vice president and a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And then once that didn't go well, and then we started to go after him, he said it didn't happen. I did exactly everything right. It was perfect. And then Obama stole thousands and thousands of top secret nuclear documents or whatever, and then kept them, then hid them. Then they had to raid his house. And then, and there's 4 different indictments. And then he tried to hack the voting system. And I just, these people would be losing their minds.
Obama would have had a parade in Dallas, and that would have been the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened.
Wow.
Here's where we are in the country. Here, when I pull up top news, details revealed about suspects charged with murder after kids at daycare napped near fentanyl. Missing kayaker arrested after allegedly faking
near fentanyl?
his death.
Near fentanyl?
Missing kayaker, some died. Arrested after allegedly faking his death to avoid child rape charges. And Elon Musk's brain implant startup to begin human trials. Those are the top 3.
I'm done.
Doesn't it sound like the beginning to every shitty, weird dystopian
movie? Sci-fi.
It sounds like a weird, some children were napping near fentanyl today. I'm sorry. Just that sentence. Children were napping near fentanyl. Now,
a factory.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I go, hey, let's not have the kids sleep near the fentanyl. No, we're using it as pillows. They're tiny. What is going on? And then the kayaker raped a kid, and then he faked his own death.
Yep.
And Musk is now going to put
Neuralink has received.
Wait, stop. So Musk is now, these people who've been complaining that the vaccine put chips in your brain, and they like Elon Musk.
And they want to put chips in your brain.
Now they're going to put chips in their brain?
They're going to start with paralysis patients.
By the way, if it works, great. My God, if you can get people's spine working again with the chip, that's great.
But that's not obviously ultimately what he design Neuralink for.
No, he did. It was actually originally, you got to remember who Elon Musk was.
No, I thought it was the ultimate goal wasn't for quadriplegics and paraplegics. I thought it.
Yeah, no, it was to help spinal injuries and stuff. He when he started, and then he had other stuff he was talking about, but I mean, you know, what if it was just for like you didn't have to buy iPods now, you could just.
Yeah,
that's what I thought he was headed towards. I saw.
Well, originally it was medical. I know originally medical.
Well, that would be awesome.
But originally he invented electric cars
that made your muscles respond like that.
Originally invented electric cars because he saw climate change. He said climate change is going to kill us. We are going to be dead by 2050. And then he got $200 billion, and he's like, you know what? I'm a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
It is weird how he's one of their white Jesuses now, and yet they're all including Dump on that interview the other day. Anti-electric cars,
right?
So,
but he's one of their heroes. None
again,
of it. But that's where we're at. None of it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like remember that the Hale-Bopp Comet people that put on Nikes and all killed themselves that same night the comet they were supposed to get on the comet. It feels like because nothing makes sense. There's a thing on CNN. I was watching the preview for it about they go kind of deep down into the conspiracies and who the people are that follow these conspiracies. And honestly, you have to be a special level of irrational to believe these conspiracies. They interviewed one lady. She said, no, JFK is still alive.
Oh boy. Yeah.
JFK Jr. or JFK? Both of them. They're still alive.
Okay.
And you go, okay, I can't talk to you anymore. And we need see if Reagan hadn't closed all the mental facilities, we'd have you in one now.
Yeah, we wouldn't
this
have
episode brought to you by Butcher Box.
Meat.
I didn't have. Butcher Box goes great with HelloFresh and OneSkin. It's an overall body, mind, and health. And if we just had better help this episode, that would be.
If you eat the meat and do the fit bod boom, you bulk up on
your
the meat.
new thing, protein. Tony Horton told you needed more protein, and now you are cooking farts every morning in the kitchen. Turning on
eggs.
Fan, but he's got a way of doing it where he puts them in 2 paper plates he saw on Instagram.
Oh.
So they're in the microwave, so it's extra farty.
And then lets them sit
no,
for 3
it'd
days.
be farty if I cooked them worse. It's actually, and I'm figuring it out. I got the window cracked.
They're not eggs. Let me tell you.
They are eggs. Trust me.
Work here late. You'll figure it out.
Oh my God.
Butcher Box. So point being, he said he feels better when he has protein to start his day.
I come calmer in the morning, yes.
Butcher Box, on July 4th, we had the kids over and it was Zach's birthday. So Zach and Jen came and we made chicken skewers that I marinated overnight.
Yep, those are great.
It was great. And I don't usually use chicken thighs, but Butcher Box, we had gotten 2 packs of them. And my brother said, no, that's what you have to use. Otherwise, it's going to be too dry. So we used those. Amazing. And then we cooked steaks.
Yep.
You and Zach he was overseeing.
Thank God for you two, man, because the meat is so good you don't want to mess it up. So I was like, I had to time it. I did timing down perfect, and boop, and they beep, boop, boop. It's perfect. Came out really good.
It was so good. Steaks came out medium rare. But the thing about their meat is the taste is so drastically different than everyone else's. It just tastes cleaner because it's a higher quality meat, but you don't pay higher prices because you're cutting out the middleman. You're having it delivered straight to your door. It comes packed in dry ice. It's like Christmas. The college student in you will come alive. I've never been more excited.
Yeah, when you get the box, you're like...
I was like, get in here. 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken. The pork is raised crate-free, and the seafood is wild-caught, which we've already covered in another episode. And humanely raised, no antibiotics or added hormones. So that's the difference. Comes to your doorstep. You always get free shipping on it. And you can pick your own box, which I did last time, or they already have boxes curated for you. You can just click on that one and you can choose your frequency.
But check the website too, because there's always sometimes they put really cool stuff in there that you want to click on quick because it goes fast.
Yeah, they had lobster tails a couple of weeks ago and that was gone. so fast. So ButcherBox is giving us a special deal this month. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus. You get $20 off your first order for 5 months. So the first 5 months of orders you get, I know that's a new one. I like this. $20 off every month. That's $100 off. That's butcherbox.com/Titus. Use promo code Titus to claim that deal and do it now.
I'm not feeling good today. I'm feeling weird.
Are you sure it's not this white noise machine over here?
I just want you to know something. I seem a little cranked up because do you guys understand? I don't know what people think is going to happen. We have historical references for what's going on right now. Germany before World War II. You have to read books to know that stuff. You can't burn them. You got to read them or read them before you burn them. Either way. But I literally saw a guy running for governor with a flamethrower burning boxes of books. And it's like, if someone pointed out, and it's right, if you just went black and white with this, it's Germany in 1930. Yeah. And people are like tossing it off like it's not serious.
It's surreal is the word.
But that we're just accepting it. And it's funny, no one ever goes, everyone's always surprised that fascism taken over. No one goes, we knew this was coming. Yeah. Except for the people that were planning it. Everyone goes, well, how could this possibly happen? Because you fucking didn't pay attention. Because you continued to think it was normal for this guy to be. You know what it is? If Trump wasn't so clownish, I think they would be a little more afraid of him. Yeah. But he's clownish. Right. He's really kind of like, you're this fucking guy. Yeah. And that's how he won the first time. That's how, because everybody kind of was just like, he's never going to win. That's crazy.
Oh, we're starting to hear people that voted for Biden. They like Biden, but they think he's too old because that's all the media is saying.
They're selling it.
But they're not voting for Trump either. This came up last night as well. I just can't in good conscience vote for Biden. I would never vote for Trump, and I just said, well, that's a vote for Trump then.
I said, and I remember talking, I when people bring this up, I go, why? And they go, well, he's kind of old. I go, I'm sorry. I go, he's the most experienced politician that has ever been president. He's been a politician for 40 years. He knows everybody. He's seen it fail and he's seen it succeed. And it's historical. The shit he turned around. People don't even get this. If you just look at what he's done. Okay, so he came in a clusterfuck. He came in. Here's the day. Day, January 6th. Yeah. He was getting 14 days later. He got inaugurated.
He was duct taping windows and fixing fucking cleaning shit off the walls.
So he's like, and he didn't want to run, but they were like, you have to. Oh, we got to try. It's these same people that are saying this now. We're fucking saying we got to get someone who can beat Trump because this guy's a psycho. So he comes in. They have. I remember the ceremony is beautiful. That girl that did that poem. Do you know they pulled that girl's poem?
Amanda.
This little black girl gave one of the most inspirational poems I think we've ever had in an inaugural, and the right canceled it. It's like, I don't understand. So then he's stepping into a fucking pandemic that's raging worldwide. We're stacking bodies in trucks. He actually mobilizes the vaccine, gets it going. We are lining up in parking garages. We're now killing it's down to 200 people a day now, and it was 4,000 when he became president. And now, then he does that. Then we go from locked in our houses, no one having jobs, to we have 12 million more jobs. We've got 1.3 million more manufacturing jobs. The CHIPS Act. Infrastructure. He's done all this shit. And you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't go to a press conference every day and go, look what I did. Look what I did. You know?
He needs to, though.
Maybe, by the way, we could maybe do a cleaning with some bleach, some disinfectant in your lungs. He just does his fucking job. And I'm stunned. And this is when I really got the media's running it. The media's running it. People are going, he's old. Yeah, he's 80 and he's doing a great fucking job.
I'm starting to hear people that we know repeat the crap that they're saying. The Senate, Schumer is moving ahead with confirming some top military vacancies because of Tuberville, but the problem is that they have to vote on them one at a time instead of a block bipartisan vote the way it's always been.
Yeah, the way it's been forever.
your taxpayer money is being wasted because they could just do that, get it over with, and move on to other things.
Yeah, Toby Toomer, man, this dude is like, he's one of the worst. He's a fucking football coach. He has no idea how government works. Zero.
By the way, if you want to see him not be this mad, but be funny, this Friday, Knoxville, Bijou Theater.
There's no politics in the new show.
Saturday, 23rd, Louisville, Baumhard Theater at the Kentucky Center. Sunday, new show added. Lexington, Comedy Off Broadway, 7 o'clock sold out. We added a 4:30. Get tickets for that. And then the 27th, just 2 days later, New Orleans, Howlin' Wolf. Thursday, the 28th, Lafayette Club 337. Friday, Dallas, Texas Theater. And then Saturday, Houston, Zilka Hall. So get tickets for those not long after that. Raleigh Improv, October 12th. One show only. Charlotte, we added. It's on that Friday the 3rd. Oh, it's Friday the 13th
awesome.
In Charlotte at the Booth Playhouse. We love that theater. And then Saturday, Atlanta Center Stage. We have not been in Atlanta forever. So go get tickets, ChrisForTitus.com.
Do you know what I want to address something real quick? When you talk about me being this mad, I'm not mad about politics. Politics has been around forever. I'm not mad about it. You know what I'm mad about? These people that claim the Constitution. They claim all these things, freedom, all men created equal, Second Amendment. Okay, but freedom of speech, fuck that. Right. Women's rights, fuck that. You can't cherry pick the Constitution. And the funny thing is they've been saying that for decades. Yeah. That you can't cherry pick the Constitution.
The hypocrisy is really unnerving. And it's like,
and if it was the Democrats doing it, I'd feel the same way. But you guys don't understand that. Again, my people have been here since 1638. We didn't do shit again.
Great job.
We've been
Great
here.
job.
But we've been here. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we haven't been in charge of shit. I can say that. But I will say that my entire job is based on the freedom this country provides. My entire, this podcast is based on the freedom this country provides. And to kill history, like to literally kill history. Remember how mad they got when we were like, this Confederate shit, we don't need Confederate statues anymore. Why? First of all, the losers don't get statues. You just don't. Well, it's history. Can't kill history. And then they destroyed all Black history.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy is insane. And then, look, I didn't agree with Mitt Romney on almost everything. But if Mitt Romney was president, I could sleep at night.
Yeah.
Because I knew he wasn't going to just rape the country. I knew he wasn't going to take the freedoms away that so many military men have died for. And so when you say I'm political,
military women and men.
Excuse me, apologies. All our soldiers, men and women.
They're not all soldiers. Marines just got mad.
Yeah, Marines got mad. Yeah. By the way, dumb guy, just dumb guy. But I'm not political in that way. I'm depressed lately because it seems it's not. And when I see people who may have come to my show 10 years ago talking about JFK Jr. is coming back from the dead, or that, the COVID vaccine injected a chip in you, I get depressed. I get like, how the fuck are you this crazy? How are you? And when you ask them this, they go blank. To what end? To control me. Why control? I said it in Zero Side Effects. Why control you? By the way, Zero Side Effects is on my YouTube channel. Go watch it. Why control you? You work at TJ Maxx. What are we taking from you? Why burn books? Just tell your kids not to read it. Why do you need to take the books away from my kids? What are you doing? It's so anti-democracy, anti-freedom, and anti-constitution that I want to go. Like the level of full of shit is crazy. And I'm depressed because the media, even the left-wing media, even the people that should be calling it out, aren't.
And the fact that it seems to be getting worse.
Yes.
And that we don't have a fix. And it's like, okay, well, what do? We got to vote. Okay, we have to. Yeah.
We don't have a precedent.
But there's also a weirdness. Like, so Jared Kushner got $2 billion from Jamal Khashoggi. From MBS app, who murdered Jamal Khashoggi. And no one, they just blow past it. Mm-hmm. Hunter Biden had an empty gun for 11 days, and they think he's the downfall of America. How does that sync with anything? And now that we've been talking about it, we keep thinking that we're going to make a difference, but we're just a fucking little podcast. I don't get why everybody's not talking about it. Oh yeah, Biden's old. The country's, because things are good now. People always forget when things are good.
All Biden needs to do is spray tan. Look, spray tan. Get a wig.
Spray tan.
Get a yellow wig.
Big frisbee. Big hair frisbee.
Look, yeah,
as Ray always says. Ray calls it the hair frisbee, right? And
please tell me this fun fact is fun. This better be fun fact.
Aren't you depressed about this? Doesn't it?
Isn't
it discouraging?
Terrifying,
Isn't it discouraging?
Yes.
I mean, look, I want this to be as funny as possible, but the more I see what's going on, and he's 40 points ahead, and then the second guy's DeSantis.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley. By the way, Nikki Haley, I could deal with. She seems to be pulling away from the MAGA stuff, but the MAGA thing is anti-democracy. It's anti-constitution. And again, if it was the Democrats, I'd feel the same exact way.
And we are the biggest military power in the world, right?
Right.
So we're the leader of the free world, whatever. So it's not like we can go, all right, so everybody's going to just, move out and go to whoever's bigger, stronger, better, doing better than we are.
Right.
We're stuck. If we're supposed to be the pinnacle of democracy and freedom.
Yeah. We're not when we were in Scotland, we felt people were like really, really
laughing at us,
questioning us, like, you guys keep talking, no best country in the world.
We're the crazy rednecks with guns.
Yeah, they think we're nuts.
And if our experiment, if it loses here, what does that mean for the planet?
Yep.
Right? I mean, I know that sounds
they said
America.
This was disproven though. There was people that have said that every great society lasts about 250 years before it changes drastically. But then you got the Greeks and the Romans, and that was like 600 years, a couple thousand. Historians correct me. I'm not a book learner.
Yeah, but the years were shorter back then. So, I mean, it was like...
years. All right. And now it's Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. It's Highlanders Fun Facts.
Let's get off planet, everybody.
Yeah, please.
Let's not go to Venus, though. Because
why not? Why wouldn't we go to Venus,
because
Highlander?
On Venus, it snows metal.
What?
Yes. It is not snow on those snow-capped mountains.
I mean, it snows metal. Like what kind of metal?
Well, it's too hot
I like
for
that.
actual
He's
snow.
like, I don't know. Let me
refer to
this
fill
binder.
the air.
Wait, read it. Okay, how does Venus... Yeah, read it. How does Venus snow metal?
I don't know. The answer is not on here. However...
How does Venus snow metal?
So guys, get your tickets to come see us. Lexington, Louisville, Knoxville this weekend. Next weekend, New Orleans, Lafayette, Dallas, and Houston.
Guys, the show has no politics in it. You're not gonna do it. And by the way,
be fun.
And you that want politics, don't worry, man.
It'll be back.
This show is probably. I did in Columbus. I have to say, it's the best show I've ever done,
Yep.
and it has a beginning, middle, and end. It's like it's a theater show, and we're finally taking it to theaters now that it's ready.
Yep.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Go to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube. See my new special, and all my specials are up there. Also, there's 2 episodes that we filmed during COVID of the Titus Show with Stacey Keach, Zach Ward, David Shatraw, and Cynthia Watros. Ray's going to be on tour with me doing her show, Beauty for Ashes. You're kind of getting 2 for 1 on this, right?
Yep.
Go to ChristopherTitus.com if you want to get any merch, this, that, and those. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And guys, fight the good fight. Please scream sanity more than they scream insanity. That's the only way we save democracy. See you, bud. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one. What do you got there, Neil deGrasse Titus? You have it?
That's fine. I want to see snow. Venus snows metal.
I don't know.
By the way, Venus Snow is a great name for a band.